Welcome, my peeps, my peoples. Please like, comment, subscribe, share the video. It'd be greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart, my peeps, my peoples. So, anyways, let's talk about what's going on. K Michelle and Tamar Braxton. Basically, their beef has reunited. People are saying they had beef for years. Like, okay, like it is what it is. And so, basically, the beef starts again when Tamar Braxton was sitting on a panel on a Steve Harvey show, basically, and Steve Harvey started to discuss plastic surgery and asked Tamar Braxton questions about it. So the songstress shaded people who tried to catch a deal on cosmetic surgery by stating you can't get the surgery on Groupon, basically, and people in Hollywood looking the same, getting the same doctors, the same type of surgery. So since K Michelle and Tamar Braxton have been going back and forth over the years, I guess when K Michelle heard this statement, she heard this from Steve Harvey while she's in the hospital recouping from different surgeries because she has lupus, and the butt injections kind of affect her in a negative way. I remember in one video I said something about type 2 diabetes and K Michelle. Basically, I got my information confused. It was lupus that she does have. So, correction on that. And basically, it's unhealthy when you go into your body, and it's unnatural when you take things out that are already in play. I know some people need to lose weight. I need to lose weight. I want to lose my stomach. You know what I mean? My belly. But I could easily go get lipo and things like that, which I have friends that have done that as well, which is fine, it's normal. But me as a person, I'm scared to go under any type of knife unless I have to, unless I have no other choice. Like, there's no other healing type of things that I can do. Basically, I would do it the hard way. So now I'm basically trying to control my diet and exercise more. But they're in the public eye, so anyways, they have to do it quick. They have to do it one and done quick. So basically it goes back and forth and goes so I think this is what Tamar says. I just think that you have to do your research, says Tamar, but you can't be thinking you are going ahead and have plastic surgery on Groupon. Ain't no plastic surgery on sale. I guess Kay felt a little insulted by the shade and went after Tamar, a parent. So basically, it is what it is. Tamar said something about plastic surgery and things like that, and she came and showed think that Tamar Braxton was coming for her. We don't know if she was actually coming for her unless we hear it out of Tamar Braxton's mouth. She can say she was talking about people in general, the situation in general with plastic surgery. It looks like Tamar had done plastic surgery. It looks like she done some bleaching to her skin. So does K Michelle, look like she done some bleaching and things like that. So they're both not afraid of going under the knife. I guess I guess Tamar Braxton was like, well, you got to make sure you pay for the best. And I think K Michelle has enough money to pay for good surgery. She don't need Groupon. You know what I mean? But who knows? Because I can't count her pockets. I don't know what she's making, but I know she got more than me. So anyways, K Michelle responded, you so-called paid all that money and your nose is still doing the gangster lean. Gangster lean. And so it didn't stop there. And then K Michelle went on Twitter. You're going to see it in the slideshow. K Michelle, she went on Twitter and, she tweeted what she had to say. Ugly face, ass, milk dug. K Michelle said, tell that to your left nostril broke joke. You so-called paid all the money and your nose is still doing the gangster lean. K Michelle threw some shade at Tamar's personal life and said that she couldn't believe that Tamar Braxton is still taking shots. And so this is what K Michelle said when she woke up in the morning feeling all good, I guess. She goes, I woke up this morning excited about seeing my family yesterday. It was just shocking to me how a person can continue to take shots at a person after years for no reason, even when their own life is in shambles. I then realized the head and heart are just miserable. That the head and heart are just miserable. So basically, she's saying that Tamar Braxton is just miserable, basically. And so that's what K Michelle is saying about Tamar. It did have some things going on in her life where her mother was on a circuit telling people that Tamar allegedly has been abused by Vince, and she was actually witness to it. She was privy to seeing Tamar go to see Vince go after Tamar and attack her, and she ran in the room, and she ran in the room with, Tamar and Vince's son, and hid in the closet while the alleged abuse was going on. So that's all alleged. And then we have, Tamar not too long ago was saying that, Vince was cheating, and basically cheating with one of Gloria or what's her name, the Govan sisters, with one of them. I forgot which one it was. So she has that going on, and then supposedly she's getting a divorce. Then supposedly the house is up for sale, or they're going through bankruptcy. There's so many different things that are going on in Tamar Braxton life, where I guess K. Michelle feel like, you know what, why are you worried about plastic surgery? Worry about your life. Worry about what's going on with you. And Tamar Braxton, it was like, hold up, wait a minute, I ain't doing that bad. So anyways, so the beef keeps going on, and so the tensions between K. Michelle and Tamar Braxton seem to have, just escalated, and it's just been going on. I was just like, so, Tamar Braxton, Tamar criticized K. Michelle for not raising her oldest child full-time. Meanwhile, in response, K. Michelle had a bit of a story featuring possible rumors about the Atlanta music situation. So basically, Tamar Braxton was saying that, K. Michelle's not a full-time mom. She doesn't raise her son. And then she did like an Instagram video talking about, oh, look at my son. This was the headline. It's actually in the slideshow. It says, last night, Tamar posted a video on Instagram with the following: I am just a mother who takes care of her son no matter what. I would never trade him for a night out nor a job. My gift. So basically, shouts out to all the amazing real mothers. Love y'all. This is why I turn my comments off, because it is okay to pat yourself on the back. It's hard working your ass off all day like most of us do, then go home and be a full-time parent. Shade who for what or whatever. So basically, Tamar posted on Instagram talking about, being a good mom, and she'll never trade a kid. And I guarantee you, this is just my opinion. I could be probably wrong, but if someone came to Tamar and said to Tamar, if you let us raise your son and we can turn you into Beyonce, I think Tamar will go with Beyonce. Like, you can be a part-time mom, Tamar, but you have to be a part-time mom, and we're going to make you the next Beyonce. I believe Tamar Braxton would take that. I believe a lot of people would take that. But that's just my opinion, because, Tamar Braxton's in the media. Her family's always in the media. She's always in the media. She's like the soldier boy of the internet. Like, she's the female soldier boy of the internet, basically. Like, she knows how to pop. She knows how to get a story going. And this time, it might not actually be her fault. Steve Harvey by throwing K. Michelle into the equation of his TV show when he had Tamar Braxton on as a panel, that it was going to cause some controversy. So it seems like it was almost kind of like planned out. Like, he could have chose anybody. He could have picked Kim from Real Housewife of Atlanta about plastic surgery. You see her surgery? You see her face? Like, talk about her. He didn't have to use, K. Michelle as an analogy, or someone possibly, or whatever. But even though we do know K. Michelle is going through it, and she's letting the whole world know that she's going through it, that she's feeling it, and that, these surgeries are really bad. The surgeries that she did in the past are really bad, and she does have insecurity. I believe Tamar Braxton and K. Michelle have insecurities, and they will attack each other back and forth, because people is always going to clap back. Like, if you clap at me, I'm going to clap back. So that's the type of mentality they're on. So it's like whoever gets the loudest clap or the biggest clap, that's who kind of like win the arguments, which is on TV or whatever, or the Instagram or the media. But I feel like they both have some issues. They both have a lot of issues, and it would be nice if they can be adults by and not diss each other. But hey, they wouldn't be who they are if they didn't get petty and messy. And people like them for what they do. People like for them to be rambunctious. People like them to be out there yelling and screaming and put on that image that they're so strong and they're powerful, and they'll clap back at you and everybody else, and they'll read you for your rights. But in the meantime, in between time, they're both broken and hurt women at the same damn time. And it's like, if they could lift each other up, because they're both going through a lot of shit at the same time, and they both have a lot of the same insecurities that a lot of us women do have as well. But you know what? We're not put out there on a huge platform where you can see our insecurities. Their insecurities are out there, and it just makes you think that was it designed like this to have the most insecure women, that represents, melanated or indigenous women, women to be like on a large platform and just behave in the manner that they behave? Because did they were Tamar and were, K Michelle this insecure before they got into entertainment, or when they got into the entertainment business and they seen how like you gotta pop, or you have to, come a shade lighter, you have to wear the longest weave possible, you have to wear the longest blonde weave possible, you have to have the biggest ass, you have to have the biggest titties, you have to look the sexiest, you have to look the most nastiest, you have to be raunchy, and you have to be mean and provocative. Like, did Hollywood escalate their insecurities, or when they got into Hollywood they became insecure because they're looking at other people that are probably pumping or jumping off more quicker than they are because they are a shade lighter or they're a whole different race? We did hear about Tamar a couple of weeks ago talk about that she had 100,000 blonde wigs because Vince like a woman that is real as a shade almost too bright light and with blonde hair, almost describing like he likes white women. And so she was helping him with his fantasies and wearing these blonde wigs. And it seemed like Tamar did bleach her skin a lot. It seems like and she was doing that in the fits of, pleasing her husband. And it seems like K Michelle has went up a couple of shades lighter than when I first seen her. So it could be makeup, it could be lighting. It looked like they both had plastic surgery on their face, and it looks like they both, had a lot of, skin bleaching going on, in my opinion. It kind of sends a message to a person that is dark skinned and don't, people that are darker, are dark skinned, or a different shade, a shade darker, that, in order to be popular and be on our platforms, you have to change your skin tone because their skin tone has changed. So I don't know if Hollywood made these women feel insecure, where their managers and things like that told them like, oh, you have to look like Becky, Susie, you have to look exotic, you have to look this way for people to want to put you on their magazines. So it might not even be that they were actually insecure when they got into Hollywood, but once they got into Hollywood and they seen all the things that go on, that they became insecure because they'll see this person grow, this person pop off, this person doing this person being on this cover magazine, this person, hitting the top 100s or hitting the billboards and things like that. So that could be a situation too as well. But these are also grown women, and at some time and point you got to take responsibilities for the way that you act and behave out here in these streets. So anyways, we get to Tamar shading K Michelle about not being a full-time mom. I heard that about K Michelle plenty of times. People say that she doesn't raise her child because she's too busy making money, securing that bag, that everybody else is raising her child except for her. So it is what it is. So it's like, Tamar Braxton posted a PSA on her Instagram live and said, everything's getting out of hand. She says she doesn't wake up in the morning and try to shade other people on social media or anything like that. She feels like it's played out. And she also said tired of people thinking that she's always trying to shade someone and throwing shade. But Tamar Braxton, if you have been that person that clapbacks plenty of times at people, or you throw shade when you was on your show, that show, whatever, and things like that, people will assume that you're always coming after them. So you can't expect people to think that you're not throwing shade, because even your fans and your followers are going to be thinking that you're throwing shade. But Tamar Braxton did a video. It's on YouTube, basically talking about that she doesn't want the problem. She don't want people to think that she's throwing shade at everybody and this and that. And she's about empowerment, and she might well be, but her track record says that she might not be about that. So if people do ask Tamar Braxton questions, I think she has to eloquently explain herself about what she means and how she's saying. Or if somebody brings up somebody that's her enemy or somebody that she has once have beef with, maybe she should explain it more and make sure that it's clear that she's not throwing shade, because people will assume things because you're the shade queen. Like, you can shade people like right off the bat. Like, we ain't gonna front. Tamar Braxton can read, and I like when Tamar Braxton sticks up for herself in certain situations, and I like when she don't like people pull wools over her eyes, and she don't like people talk crap to her, take advantage of her, and try to disrespect her in interviews. I do respect that part of Tamar Braxton. I do respect her hustle and everything like that, but some of the things that she do, the bleaching the skin is my issue, and trying to change yourself to a white woman to please your husband because he like them light, bright, almost white with blonde hair, and you're condoning that. It's like, damn, you're with a man that's not even attracted to you. So how does that work out for you? And that gotta cause some insecurities with herself, period. if she's in that type of relationship and then facing Hollywood and people telling her she needs to be a shade lighter or she needs to look like this to actually make it. So, she has a lot of insecurities that are going on in her personal life and also in her professional life, in my opinion. I don't know her like that. We ain't buddies. I'm just I'm just making assumptions. So, anyways, after that, K Michelle decided to tell a story on Twitter about K Michelle, and basically, K Michelle tried to tell. K Michelle is telling a story about Tamar Braxton said that now posted told a story about a married woman. Kay told a story of a married woman to an Atlantic music executive saw her husband with his mistress. The woman allegedly confront this woman in an elevator. K Michelle went on to say that the woman attacked the mistress and the elevator. She later went on to say that milk duds should not speak out on women empowerment with the things she may have done in the past. So basically, K Michelle is saying like, hey, like you was a mistress to somebody else that was a record exec, and basically they think it's Jermaine Dupri and Jermaine Dupri's father that basically, Tamar Braxton actually had, some types of sexual dealings with for favors or whatever. But I don't know, because I don't know K Michelle like that, and I don't know Tamar Braxton like that. I'm not a person that follows every moment and every step of their life. So anyways, this is what K Michelle said. I worked hard for every single dime I have. I've never had a man to take care of me and pay my bills. I am on the road every weekend, even after massive surgery, to take care of my whole family. I cannot expect milk dugs sitting on that couch to understand real woman shit. Okay, K Michelle, I can honestly say I like myself. I have made some huge mistakes, but my honesty is something is most proud of. I don't throw rocks and hide my hand. I take full responsibility when I am wrong. I don't poke a bear and then play victim when they drag me out of the elevator. Not being righteous, but a woman who sleeps with another woman's husband often cannot really speak about any form of woman empowerment. Maybe I'm wrong. I am trying to stay away from elevators. Some people stay in other people's business and in other people's beds. K Michelle, the married woman, was gangsta and is married to one of the top execs in the game. My manager watched the lady drag the mistress by her hair out the elevator in front of several people, I guess. K Michelle, I know this lady who got beat up on an elevator for sleeping with a married man. Truth. There has been rumors floating on the internet for years that Tamar was a mistress to Jermaine Dupri's father. It's also rumored JD's mother confronted Tamar and his dad in the elevator and allegedly beat up Tamar. Although these rumors have been floating around for years, they haven't been confirmed or whatever. So it is what it is. So they've been going back and forth. This is some shade. But you know what? Is there beef? People have beef. People do whatever they want to do, son. So people have beef and people do whatever they want to do. And so basically, I think the moral of the story is, don't live in a glass house throwing rocks. And basically, these two women have issues and problems in their life, in their personal life, that kind of affected, their professional life, and basically them throwing shade back and forth with each other, which is nasty and disgusting, but it happens in everyday life. But maybe one day they'll wake up. Maybe one day things will change where people will generally think that Tamar Braxton is being honest and she's being, sincere when she say things. Because sometimes it's hard to tell when she's telling the truth. But, Tamar Braxton has came a long way fighting in this industry. And so has K Michelle. She started with loving hip-hop, selling music out in Memphis, and then becoming who she is. You never really see, every now and then she is attached to a man, but never really attached. You could tell that she works hard for what she has, and she has done a lot to get to where she is today. And I think they should, I wish they can use both of their platform to be, a PSA about women empowerment and saving one another and supporting one another to get through the hard times. Because, being in Hollywood and being in the entertainment business, or being in the business period, any type of business, sometimes it's difficult for a woman to juggle that and, her personal life and with her kids as well. So they can actually be, they can be like, support with their, platforms. They can, render support and people can say, okay, I like what they're saying, I like what they're doing, because every woman ain't out here shading, every woman ain't out here arguing, every woman ain't out here doing surgery, every woman out here ain't wearing weave, every woman out here ain't wearing like tons and tons of makeup, every woman ain't out here getting plastic surgery, getting butt injections, fixing their nose, there are some women that genuinely think that they're beautiful and enjoy what they look like. Every woman is not insecure. Every woman don't idolize what they see on TV or in magazines. Some of us just love who we are and won't change anything else, won't change nothing about us. So I guess the moral of the story is to love yourself no matter what. And if you have to, if you can be accepted for who you are, and what your race is, and you being indigenous and being a melanated female or male, people can't accept you or work with you for that. It's time for you to start your own and move forward. Anyways, that's my thoughts on them beefing. So hopefully we'll see them hug it up, do a video together and say, you know what, let's stop the pettiness. Let's really show some woman empowerment. Let's really show these women out here how to get money. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, peace and much love to all my peeps and my peoples.